never give up. It's just gonna get better and better and better and better, and then you're gonna be like, yo, why was I ever thinking about giving up?
People be talking a lot, I just noticed. They do not walk the talk, they be provoking. Say that they are a boss, I say they joking. I just be growing like it is meiosis. You don't got advantage cause your DNA status. Ballin' out March Madness. Head of my race like I'm POTUS. Since a kid I always knew I was chosen. Know that we smooth like it's lotion. We making waves that are bigger than oceans, We go crazy like psychosis, yeah. Got the drip like it's osmosis, yeah. No advantage from your DNA status. Ballin' out March Madness. Head of my race like I'm POTUS. Since a kid I always knew I was chosen.
Alright, more inspiration, guys.
Don't ever give up. You guys got this, no matter how hard it may get. You got this.
What up, everybody, and welcome back to Hustle House 24/7 365 podcast. And today I have a different angle set up. I'm just doing a little short show. It's just going to be me here today. And today I just really want to talk about paying dues. I want to talk about how you can optimize your potential. That's the main thing. Like, a lot of people don't realize that there's a lot of things that they aren't doing that they could be doing to optimize their situation and the circumstance they are in. And I'm by no means am saying I know what I'm talking about when it comes to your specific life. And also, I'm not saying that I don't have things I can work on and optimize as well, but we grow together. You know what I'm saying? Mindset, we can all grow together. But I just want to talk about a few simple things. Like, if you're struggling mentally, you don't have enough energy, you aren't exactly where you want to be or on the path that you want to be for progress and stuff like that. There's just a lot of things that you can do to give yourself the upper hand and give yourself the advantage. There's just so many people just talk about how great they're going to be. Everyone is great. Everyone has greatness inside of them, 100%. But so many people talk about how great they're going to be, what they're going to be doing, where they want to be like LeBron James. And I'm not talking about basketball. I'm just talking about on a greatness standpoint. But they don't realize that these people do certain things to get to that specific point in their life. And a lot of people just aren't willing to do those things. A lot of people aren't even willing to fucking put up their entertainment on Netflix and, supplement that or substitute that, I should say, for, maybe a documentary or learning about what you're trying to do and what's going to make you better in the field of work you're in or the field of work you're trying to go into, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? And I was having this little thought at the gym today. Like, there's just the smallest things that can fucking optimize whatever you're doing in life. And shit, one of the things is the gym. I know y'all, I know I sound like a broken record when it comes to talking about the gym and health and stuff like that. But guys, like, if you are in your healthiest state, you just are going to be way more optimal. You're going to think better. You're going to think clearer. Your mindset, like, you're going to wake up with actual energy and want to get out of bed. You're going to have a lot more energy to actually put into the world, put into whatever your job is, put into whatever your focus is. And, you got to treat your temple right. Your body is your temple. If you are capable, so many people are not capable. Guys, I see people in the fucking wheelchairs at the gym just hitting arms because that's all they can do. And you can walk around with all four of your limbs, but you're complaining about where you're not want to be. I mean, you're complaining about where you aren't and where you want to be, but you aren't giving yourself the upper hand or the advantage to even get to those specific points in your life. You know what I'm saying? Everything starts with the mind. Everything starts with how balanced your hormones is, how much energy you have. Are you capable to do certain things? And a lot of people just don't realize that you need to give yourself as many advantages as possible to make those things happen. And I'm not saying, oh, you got to go lift a shit ton of weights, blah, blah, blah. I'm saying, like, if you are fucking sedentary, maybe you should start walking sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Get that blood going. Make sure your blood pressure is good and stuff like that. Like, you don't want to fucking, if you're in your 20s right now, you don't want to be 40 and fucking out of breath walking up the stairs and just have no energy and with low testosterone. And if you're a girl, like, have no energy. Girls don't really have to worry about testosterone that much, but whatever their hormones are, have less of that makes you as energetic as possible. Like, what's the point in being a billionaire if you're fat as fuck and lazy and can't do shit? You know what I'm saying? That's my go-to quote when it comes to things like this. So the first thing you can do is fucking start eating healthy. If you don't want to work out, at least stop eating so much fucking candy, so much dessert, so much junk, so much fried food, processed foods and stuff like that, which is proven, and the CDC actually has come out saying these things, that it fucks your body up and kills people. Like it makes your mortality rate increase by at least 10%, and causes so many other diseases when you constantly put negative and bad stuff into your body. Like that's the main thing too. Like I've seen so many of my fucking family have health problems too early, and I'm like, yo, like people say people say genes are hereditary to an extent, but I think more often than not, it's habits that are hereditary, and people follow in the footsteps of the people who've raised them and what their family does, and you have to break that mold, you have to break that cycle. You do not want to be 40 years old with no fucking energy, man. There's fucking 20-year-olds out here who wake up with no energy, and they just slug throughout the day. Why would you want to slug throughout the day? And if you're not thinking clearly, if your hormones don't balance, if you don't have a good equilibrium, like if you don't feel like you're dictating your thoughts and you have negative thoughts rolling in and shit like that, like you got to fucking be able to take control of your mind. And I mean, shit, if you're drinking too much, if you're smoking too much weed, I'm not saying quit that shit, but maybe you should fucking, tone it down a little bit so you can give your brain a break, so you can even come up with a plan and be more creative and figure out how the fuck you're going to move forward, man. Like, a lot of these things are just simple, but people don't want to do it. You have to pay your dues. You cannot get to the 1% level. And I'm not saying I'm in the 1% level. I'm fucking just working. I'm on my path. I'm doing anything I can to give me the upper hand and the advantage. And obviously people have certain circumstances, but you can't dwell on external circumstances and say, oh, this is going to dictate where I'm going, because then you just give power to external things and you never fully take power and take responsibility and accountability for what you can do in this very moment to push yourself where you want to be and move yourself forward. And there's just a lot of people out here, man. They're like, yeah, I'm going to be on the top. I'm going to make this amount of money, blah, blah, blah. But y'all wake up and y'all don't have energy. You're fucking smoking all day long. You're drinking a shit ton of fucking alcohol. You're putting bad shit down into your body, shoving fucking junk down your throat. You're not going to the gym or at least getting some sort of exercise. Again, we are capable, and humans are made to fucking walk, move, run, be strong and build your temple. Like, why would you not want to give yourself the advantage? That's just what I really don't understand. That's the inspiration of this whole thing today. Like, people are out here giving themselves disadvantages, doing self-sabotaging behavior, and then saying, oh, this is where I'm going to be. I'm going to be up here. I'm going to be doing all these great things. It's like, but you're not even doing the habits that build you into a position to do those great things. And then even if you do get there, are you going to be able to sustain it over the course of a long-term trajectory? Like, you just got to think about this stuff, man. It just really grinds my gears, because like, dude, why is over 70% of fucking Americans either obese or, well, add them together, they're obese and overweight, man. Like, that's crazy. And y'all don't realize what that does to the chemistry in your body. Like, that can cause depression. Joe Rogan said this on one of his podcasts. Here's a little clip of it. He has a clip of it out saying this. He was like, people are constantly drinking all this beer, eating all this unhealthy food, not exercising, and then wondering why they are depressed. Now, there is clinical depression. That is a real thing. But a lot of people say they're depressed because they don't feel good. They feel sad. That's just the universe or your mind telling you you're not doing what you're supposed to do to deserve happiness. I heard somebody talk about this the other day, like, people think they're just automatically supposed to be happy, but that's just not how the world works. The world is not fair. You have to deserve that shit. If you stay stagnant and constantly do the same habits that aren't moving you forward, then you're not going to be happy because you're not where you want to be. Like, that's just, like, think about that. If you're doing shit that is constantly self-sabotaging your life and not pushing you forward in the best ways possible, and then you think you deserve happiness, like, how does that make sense? Because you are not where you need to be as a person to be happy, because you're not happy with your circumstances, because you are allowing yourself to do these bad negative things that don't help you and don't progress you and don't move you forward. And I'm just trying to get that across to people, man, because there's just so many people out here that just don't understand that simple thing. It's like, you got to do as much as you can to put yourself into the position that you want to be. And it's fucking hard, man, sometimes, but, fucking denigrating, like, not moving forward, not being in the direction that you want to be is fucking harder than that. Waking up out of breath is harder than that. Feeling like shit and hungover is harder than that. Being unhealthy with high blood pressure is harder than that. Not being able to walk up the stairs is harder than that. Losing capability of your temple and your body and your mind is harder than that. So if you're going to do something that's hard, which is everything in life, why not do something that is going to constantly move you in a direction of positive things that manifest in your life? The more responsibility and discipline you take over your life, the more shit starts to manifest that's really good for you, and the more fucking confidence you gain, and the more creative you are, the better clarity you have, the more balanced your body and your chemistry is. And like, fuck what everyone else thinks, man. Fuck what the fucking everybody is doing. Most people, if the crowd's doing it, most likely you shouldn't be doing it, period. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we should go out on the weekends. I'm looking forward to it. I literally know people who have budgets for the weekend, man. It's like, they're not invested into anything. They're not making the money they want to make. They're not in the shape they want to be in, but they have a budget for the weekend. It's like, how does that make any sense, man? And I'm fucking passionate about this shit because I just want to help people. I just want people to be in the best position that they possibly can be. And a lot of people say that, but a lot of people don't do it. So I'm trying to fucking connect the dots for you. I'm trying to make you understand that you got to do some shit. You got to change some shit, man. Like, if you're smoking weed all day and fucking spending money on weed all the time, maybe you should cut down. I'm not saying quit none of the shit you're doing, but you definitely should probably, at least cut back a little bit. If you're drinking all the time, cut back a little bit, dude. Like, that shit's just so bad for you. The shit you do in your 20s is going to affect how you feel and where you are in your 40s. So on and so forth. What you do in your 30s is going to pretty much show where you're in is going to dictate where you are in your 50s. So you should, in my opinion, you should try to put yourself, give yourself the upper hand, give yourself the advantage, put yourself into as many positions as possible to take responsibility, take accountability for your actions in the life you want to live, make a plan and move forward on that. You have to pay your dues. The title of this episode is Pay Your Dues, because a lot of people want shit, complain about why they don't have shit, but they're not willing to pay their dues. A lot of people want to be a beast, but they're not willing to do what beasts do. A lot of people want to have a nice looking body, but they're not willing to go to the gym and eat good, or get enough sleep, or, drink enough water, or cut back on the alcohol. Like, man, I'm just trying to fucking understand this. If anybody knows, put it in the comments, because I'm trying to fucking understand this shit. And they're trying to demasculate men these days. They're trying to make everybody say, oh, everyone's equal, the equality shit, the equity thing, actually. Actually, if I fucking put 5 years into becoming a better version of myself and you don't know, we shouldn't have the same fucking equity as far as jobs or opportunities and stuff, because I bust my ass and you don't. At the end of the day, like, if you're not busting your ass, you can't complain about why you don't have what someone else has and then get mad and think it's unfair. Life is unfair. Life is unfair. That's why you should bust your ass, so you can give yourself as much of an advantage as possible. And like, life rewards the people who do what they can to constantly improve and stay positive. Like, a lot of people out here saying that they have mental health or can't think. There is a mental health crisis out here, but a lot of it, in my opinion, I'm not going to say a lot of it, but some of it, in my opinion, comes from you deciding to entertain negative thoughts over positive thoughts. Instead of finding the bad in everything and complaining about it, why not find the good in everything and be thankful for it? Be like, oh, I got to learn a lesson today about this specific thing. Now I can apply it and I can move forward. And those things really do matter. Little details really do matter. Who you're around really does matter. Like, if you're around a bunch of negative people who have stagnant lifestyles and are sedentary, you're going to be the fucking next person to do that, most likely. Or you're going to be the person who brings them out of that, which is good as well. Like, if you can bring them out of that, definitely do that. But like, man, you have to pay your dues. Like, you can't become a doctor if you don't fucking go to school for, I think it's 8 years or however long it is to get a doctorate and fucking get that degree. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a fucking pro bodybuilder if you don't put the work in for years and years. You can't run, you can't run fucking 3 miles, 4 miles, 10 miles, 13 miles, a marathon if you don't train for it. You can't just hope. You know what I'm saying? it's just like with anything. Like, you can't hope things go in your favor. You have to try to control that as much as possible with your actions and your day-to-day habits and the things that you do to make sure, since life isn't fair, that you at least have as much as an upper hand as possible. And a lot of people don't want to work these days. A lot of people are lazy. A lot of people are negative. So it's easier than ever as far as like getting in shape, working on your mindset, you know, becoming professional as far as how you speak and communicate, all of these things to give you as many opportunities as possible. And at the end of the day, guys, I just want the best for you. I'm very passionate about this shit because I see so many people complain and play victim. And it's like, you don't realize that's giving your power away. You're giving your power away and pretty much saying, oh, this is just how it is. And then you want to talk about where you're gonna be and what you're gonna do and how you're gonna get there. But you're not even changing the shit, the details that build up to that to get you to those specific places. And I know I probably sound like a broken record saying this over and over again, but I'm trying to plant the seed in your mind so you guys understand it's up to you. It's up to the things you do every day. You know, if you don't get enough sleep, it's going to affect you. If you don't drink enough water, it's going to affect you. If you eat bad food, it's going to affect you. And you can do things that are either going to affect you in a positive way or a negative way. And why not pick the positive things so you can fucking do good for you, your family, everybody around you? Like, you have people relying on you. You're a leader, whether you know it or not. And you need to lead yourself before you can lead other people. And you're an example, whether you know it or not. So the people around you see what you do. That's setting an example in the fucking... That's the preface for everything going on in your life around them. You know, that's the energy that they're getting. And if they don't understand what I'm saying, then they're just going to start feeding off of that and it's going to fuck them over. So you're indirectly fucking people over and you don't even know it. And they don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you got to be conscious about this stuff, man. Like, I care about you guys. I want you guys to be as good as possible, be in the best condition as possible. Like, if you're in a spot right now where you just don't know what to do with life, you don't feel good, like you're tired, you're sluggish, the best thing you can do is fucking start working out. I'm telling you, man, the way your body and mind work together, if you can get your body fucking balanced and at a state of fucking equilibrium where you feel good, that's going to make you think better. That's going to give you positive thoughts, you know. You're going to have more energy to actually do shit. You're going to be more creative, you know? You eat better, it's going to fucking affect every little detail. You are what you eat, literally. And that it turns into what you think, how you behave, how you act in the world, the relationships you build, the things you decide to do or don't do, the habits you end up building and forming. And you guys just don't realize, like, it's really going to change your life in a good way. If you just go to the gym, get your mind clear, get rid of all the fucking negativity and shit going on in there and just fucking focus. It builds discipline. Now, you don't have to go to the gym, walk, do something. We are made to move, not be sedentary. And stop scrolling on fucking TikTok. Like, if you want to learn and fucking have something you're passionate about, instead of fucking sitting on Netflix and watching whatever's on Netflix that is just entertainment, why not, you know, substitute that for something that's going to teach you some shit, you know, something that's going to inform you on the things that you're trying to do. And you're going to be able to get more creative from learning from those specific things. Watch mentors, watch people who are trying to push you in the right direction and tell you how they became great instead of watching reality TV shows, watching cartoons and stuff like that, you know? So I don't want to make this too long, but because I'm just going to sound like a broken record. There's only so much I can say about this. But guys, it's really up to you and you have to pay your dues. You cannot expect things that you're not willing to work for, period. And you can't say it's unfair if you're not willing to work for it. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's really rare that somebody puts their all into something, fucking works as hard as they can, make sure they have a healthy body and a healthy mind and put the right things in it. And you not to be successful or at least progress in some sort of way. Like, it's very rare for that to happen, you know, like, and then people do have cards, that are dealt, but like if you grew up in a war zone or something, but there's people who have grown up in those situations who become fucking great and well known. And I'm not saying become famous. I'm not saying like become well known. I'm just saying in whatever field or desire you have that's going to maximize your life and everyone around you, like, you can't play victim, you can't give your power to external things, and it's up to you to make the steps every single day from the smallest details to make that happen. You have to pay your dues. So with that, guys, This has been Hustle House 24/7 365. Just wanted to come on here and talk about that because it's something that's very important, especially these days. A lot of people just don't realize or want to pay their dues, and you're not going to ever change your circumstance if you don't realize that and start implementing it and applying it to your life. So with that said, you can follow me on Key of the Day on TikTok. We're about to hit 200K. Let's go. I can't wait for that. I'm at 193K now. You can follow me at various_layers on Instagram, variouslayerz on YouTube, and Apple Music and Spotify, stuff like that. Music videos coming soon. But guys, stay positive. Do anything in your power to make yourself have an advantage and keep moving forward in the way that you want to go. That is good for you and everyone around you. That is the sum of this whole thing. So peace out. Have a great day, stay positive, and please apply these things I'm saying. Take it easy.